Now it's working. The Android has told us. Okay. So, um, so just feel free to stop me at any time. And like the Android has told us, but now I'm out of focus, of course. So we're talking about, oh, you're a fan of the Dead, and like you want to learn about theory, or what I like to talk about is in terms of harmony. So I said, oh, maybe we'll talk about Friend of the Devil. So and I think, okay, we'll kind of try to weave this harmony and playing the song together. So, um, oh boy, do you know how to play harmonics?
I do not.
Oh, okay. So, oh, peekaboo. Okay, I think we need a little more light on this subject. Whoa. So, ta-da! Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do, maybe we'll get two cameras going. Oh, please work. Please operate. Oh, OBS. Wait, wait. Oh, right. Operator error. Garbage in, garbage out. Okay. See, I know the lingo.
Yeah, I was gonna say now you're speaking my language.
I know. I try to, make people at home. Oh boy. But you can't see it. Oh no, you can now because I put my super white hand there and suddenly everything lightens up. Okay, fine. What? Okay. I'm gonna try not to nerd too hard, but so I may go through some things. Oh, look out! Watch out for this now. If I'm not very careful, this could get really unfortunate. So, okay. So if I don't change the lighting before I change back to talk to you, it's like I'm a ghost. It's like, wow. Okay. So, um, uh, I can't do this production and teach music at the same time. I can't wait to get back to real life. Anyway, so I'm going to show you harmonics on a string because that's where the derivation of what a scale is and where it comes from, and the basis of harmony, harmonics. Okay, so I'm going to show you what that means. But if at any time, so with some of this stuff, I'm going to do a little background, maybe a little bit dry, hopefully not too, but I want to show you how to do it.
Mhm.
If anytime you any questions, stop me. Um, and all of this is centering on sort of what's the underlying structure of Friend of the Devil. Okay, so back to the hands, back to the pushing the right buttons, back to the adjusting the lighting, and away we go. Okay, so there's our riff from Friend of the Devil, which we love so much. And um well, okay. So one thing that we're hearing in this, so we've got a G chord and a C chord, and we're moving between them.
Mhm.
And the thing that drives the movement is we have a beautiful melody, right? And it may be less it may be less familiar in its descending form that we're listening to it now. So I'm going to play it ascending when you go, which is do re mi fa sol la ti do, right?
Right.
You've seen The Sound of Music, right?
I have, yes.
Good. Okay, so and people think of scales as the fundamental building blocks of music, and they are the fundamental. They're the scales are the way. It's just the same. Oh gosh, I feel like every time I should talk, I really got to get this lighting business together to go back and forth. But I wish I could sync it up with camera moves. Scales are the same thing in music that they are in your bathroom or in your kitchen or whatever. They're not music. They're not really even building blocks for music. They're just ways of measuring music. That's all they are. but they're useful because for practicing technique, especially because you're not thinking about you're not thinking about so much about what you're doing, because what you're doing is very simple. You're just going through the notes in a particular in straight up and down. And you can think more about the how. So this is the importance of scales. But I just kind of like to stress from the beginning that, scales are kind of the evidence that music exists. They're not. People like to think that you make music out of scales, and you make music out of your knowledge of scales, but music is something else.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that music is definitely born out of is harmony. And so I kind of want to show you a little bit of that. So this is a little tricky. Oh, maybe I'll just do for one camera with this. Hey, yippee. Okay, so what I want to do is on the G string here, because we're in G, so I'm plucking the third string here, the G string, and I'm just going to touch it right above the fret. I'm not actually pushing it down. Oh wait, maybe I'm just this clever. Do you think I am? Let's find out. Oh, maybe so. So I'm just touching the string. Focus, camera, focus. Right, like that. I'm not actually pushing it down or fretting it.
Right.
Right, and I'm actually touching it right over the metal bar. Right, so this could be a little bit better angle wise, but something like that. Okay, fine. So, and listen to now again. Now I'm gonna play the string open, and then I'll play it at the 12th fret, and then open, and then play it at the 12th fret. Oh. How about that? It's an octave, right? Because we say octave because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And what I'm doing is I'm dividing the string in half. Way back here, there's one end of the string, and there's the other end of the string. And right here, right over the 12th fret is half the string. And so everywhere you can divide the string into equal parts, you can produce a harmonic. So this is 1/2 the string, and there's 1/3 of the string, and there's 1/4 of the string, and there's 1/5 of the string, there's 1/6, there's 1/7. Notice when I'm doing this, the easiest way to be careful to produce the sound is to pick all the way back by the bridge, because that way you won't make sure to damp the sound. Because if you try to pick the string mirror image to where you're making the harmonic, you get a very weak sound. I'm plucking it right over the 19th fret, this is 1/3 of the string here at the 7th fret, and this is 2/3 of the string right there. So if I try to do that, I don't get much sound. But if I move halfway, lots of sound. Okay, so half the string, third. Harder to hear this on the little strings, but 1/7. I don't know if it's coming through Zoom actually.
Yep, I can hear it.
Okay, half, 1/3, 1/4, 1/5, 1/6, 1/7. Oop. I was 1/9, and then there's 1/8. Oh, listen to that. If you hold your G chord, this is where chords come from. Like so. Yeah. Okay, so I first like people to show people that, and I'm going to give you a second to just try those harmonics, just so you can. I like to show people that first, so that you can see. Oh, there's a relationship to physics and the length of the string and what portion of the string. So it's not just theory; it's harmony. This actually comes from a physical thing that is understandable physically. Pythagoras was real into this. Okay. So he's the guy who showed us, and like when you see, like if you've seen an audio editor, like maybe you've seen Audacity or something like that, that's not really sound. What that is those waves are drawings of what a string looks like vibrating. So our visual understanding of what audio is a vibrating string. Okay, now I'm going to pause this, and you're going to try this harmonic. So I'm just going to give you a little notes. So just really be very, very gentle. Just barely touch the string, because all you're doing is stopping that. You're creating a node at that one point of the string where it doesn't vibrate. That's it. Try that. There you go. And you can take your finger off as soon as you strike it. So you can, and then take. Yeah. Now try it at the 7th fret. Right there. There you go. Very, very light. Super, super light. Good. Good. You got it. Now try it at the 5th fret. Good. Now, okay, this is tricky. 1/5 of the string is not, it's not easy. So, let's see. I'm going to show you. Maybe. Let's see. Maybe a little more light. Yeah. Okay. So the tricky thing is that, and I'm not going to nerd out too hard on this, but we were saying how the circle of fifths. Okay, I'm just going to talk to you with my hands because I'm tired of switching the cameras back and forth.
That works.
So we were saying the circle of fifths is Western technology, and it's really true. And what they solve is sort of this, and you can see it in the frets here, is that so far we've had things right over the metal bars, but this 1/5 of the string is not right over a metal bar. It's just it's partway behind it. What the heck is that? I don't even know. Oh, look, there's a guitar neck. Yay. Okay, let's see if we can see this. Oh Lord. And okay, so look, there is the guitar neck. There's the nut. There's the 1st fret, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 4th fret, 5th fret. And this harmonic that we're going to play here, this 1/5 of the string is not actually at the metal bar. It's just slightly behind it. So, and this is to say that the frets are like the circle of fifths. It's technology that we created to be able to do certain musical things, like travel through through the circle of frets, circle of fifths. Hello, wake up. So, but the actual pure harmony of this 3rd of the chord of G, or this, let's see, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th harmonic, right? Fundamental, is at not quite the 4th fret. So let's say 3 and 3.8 somewhere. Try that. So you're going to put your finger just behind the fret, and you can just move the finger just slightly longer till it becomes louder. And remember to pick way back by the bridge. Oh, there's the ghost. Lighter, lighter, lighter. And then you just got to make tiny little motions. Slightly back from the fret and then slightly towards it. That's good with the pick. I can't tell with the zoom. There's 2 factors at play here. One is, are you on the right spot? And then the other is, are you applying too much pressure? And you really need almost no pressure, because, like, as I said before, you're creating a node. That's all.
So should I be picking extremely lightly or with a little force, or?
Force is fine. Any force with the right hand is fine, but just the left hand needs to be really light. And you got to make tiny little small movements to find it. Okay. Oh, almost there. The reason you got to be really light is that you need to touch the string like it's a tangent to your finger, right? Because if you push it into your finger, then it's going to touch the string on multiple points, and we need to touch the string at one point. try about 2/3 between the third fret and the fourth fret. And then just move slightly towards the fourth fret. And think about where your tip of your finger is contacting the string. Okay. I can almost hear it. It's hard to hear with the zoom. So what I want to do just for time's sake is I want to move on to other stuff, but this is something you can easily just keep playing around with. And the main purpose that I wanted to serve with this today was that I wanted you to see that, oh, hey, there's this physics relationship. There's this origin of music, that all this music theory stuff that I'm about to spout is not, I'm not making it up. It's not theory like the theory of electricity or whatever. It's actually comes from a hard physical background. So does electricity, but whatever. So don't ask me about that. I don't know how that works.
Me too.
But I wanted you to see that and then sort of jump to this. Okay, we can derive all these notes from the scale from various harmonics, and I'm going to skip that too because we can come back to that when we really want to nerd out about stuff.
Okay.
And then say, oh look, so what we find is that we have these melodic building blocks called major scales, and in the West, in European culture, this is the measuring stick we use to name everything. That's all you really need to know about it. Is that a major scale is the thing that we use to name every other thing that occurs in music, and there are a lot of them. There's nothing magical really or special about it other than the fact that it's the standard in the West. It's not the standard everywhere. So, and how to see this music is open G, 2nd fret, 4th fret, 5th fret, 7th fret, 9th fret, 11th fret, 12th fret. Now you try. Play the open string. Good. And 2nd fret. Now 4th fret. Now 5th fret. Yeah, 7th fret. 9th fret. 11th fret. 12th fret. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Yeah, so do that again. Can you go backwards? You're a quick study. You're doing great. That's fun. So one really great way to explore music and to learn music is to just do what you just did and go up and down and try to find melodies that you know, right? You know, you might try to find like... This is super productive stuff. It might seem a little bit simplistic because, man, we really want to play that Dave Matthews song, but it's really great training.
Right.
And, you know, just playing around on those strings. While I'm on this one string playing trip, I'll just show you, hey, if you want to play around with a scale on one string, lots of good things to do include, oh, you could play sequences of notes, right? 3 notes, 1, 2, 3, then start on the second note. Or you could play sequences of 4 notes. So in each of these examples, I'm starting on the, you know, the lowest note, then I'm starting on the next note, then the next note, then the next note. And at first I did 3 notes, and then 3 notes, or I did 4 notes. And these are great things that you can explore yourself and will teach you a lot about music. And one other very important one, there's a bunch of these, but one other very important one is sort of leapfrogging. So you skip one, and then you fill in, and then you skip, and then you fill in, and skip, and fill in, and skip, fill in, skip, and fill in. See what I mean? There's already a lot of music there. Oh, and the most important one I should show you is not the scale, but the actual G triad. Listen to this. There's do, mi, so, mi, do. Right? 5th fret, behind the 4th, in front of the 3rd. Enjoy your harmonic adventures with that. But you can hear it this way. Open, 4th fret, 7th fret, 4th fret, open. Now, you asked about 1-4-5 earlier. So, oh look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, when you say you're playing 1-4-5, you're playing the chords or the triads built on each one of these notes. How to build triads is slightly beyond the scope of this lesson, but it's about that skipping notes. I'm going to skip the 2nd note, play the 3rd note. I'm going to skip that 4th note, play the 5th note. Every triad has a root 3rd and a 5th. But I should say, because I started from harmonics, and eventually it's really good to understand that which came first, scales or chords, is kind of a chicken egg thing. Harmony, those harmonics underlie everything. Understanding chords and naming chords. In the West, we didn't actually start naming chords like, oh, that's a G chord, right? Until like 500-600 years ago. Like,
oh wow,
been recent, right? So it was just, before that, it was just like, oh, you know, this monk sings that note, and that monk sings that note, and that monk sings that note. Literally, you know, that's what. But this is the one unique thing that happened in the West and how we manipulated harmony,
yep.
what we did with it. So I say we. I wasn't there. You weren't there, but you know what I mean. Okay. What those dead people did with it. Okay. So, okay, we did a G major scale. I'm making videos so you can check that out. I called out the fret numbers and I said the scale steps, and I said, oh, hey, that gives us our 1-4-5. And now finally we can get back to playing a song, which now that you've learned some theory, you're like, I think I just want to play songs. Okay, so, oh, look, there's the rest of the room. Okay, I think you can see some stuff now. All right. So, pardon me, I'm being a television producer, and now I'll play guitar. Groovy. Okay, so what we found, we have this major scale, and it's descending underneath these chords, and now let's learn how to play it. So there's a lot of ways that you can do this, but I recommend this one to understand the chords underneath it. Is just start from holding a G chord, but we're just going to hold it as though we would play with the 1st finger here at the 2nd fret, and then the 2nd finger here of the A string, and then the 2nd finger here at the 3rd fret of the low E, and then the 3rd finger here at the 3rd fret of the high E string, the 1st string. And then we're just going to disengage the 1st finger and allow this 2nd finger to lazily lay across the A string and ensure that it will not sound. So we're going to get G, and then a little fuck, D, G, B, D. Oh, I guess I can come here because I have 2 cameras. 6th string, 5th string, 4th string, 3rd string, 2nd string, 1st string. Okay. So then this allows our first and fourth fingers to be free to do some melodic playing. So first, what I want to recommend that you do is play what's called a rest stroke, where you actually take the pick and you play the third string, but you land on the second string. It's a great technique, and it helps you learn where the strings are. And so you're going to go 1, 2, and 1, 2, and then you're going to play the next note. And you may be able to sort of curve your fingers such that it actually, so that you can get that G string free underneath it, or you may just get the top two strings, and that's fine too. It's fine to just play the top two strings. And then we're just going to work our way down. So open G string, fourth fret with the fourth finger, second fret with the second finger. And actually just do this first. Just play G, F sharp, E, D. Without playing the chords over. Just try that one time. Awesome. Do that again. Do that again. Sorry about the Android. Beautiful. And one more time. Okay, so now can you play and just, okay, you're playing with your thumbs, so let's see, can you play like, sorry about the ghost, like this? Oh, you want to play? Let's play with the pick. Do you play with the pick?
Yeah, I have one here.
Okay, so you're gonna go down on the G string, and then go down through two or three of the smallest strings, closest to the ground. Yep. Do that again. Real lightly. And now let's see. I want to show you. Just watch the right hand here in the upper, whatever that is to upper left window thing. Let me show you the whole shebang. Oh. Watch this. So I'm kind of going to bounce with my whole arm. And then I'm going to swing the wrist a little bit to create this drum. And it's pretty small. I don't have to make big motions. But getting that rest stroke, as I was talking about earlier, landing on the B string is really great. And just practicing that bounce. Oh, hey, when you're playing your one string scales, practice lots of rest strokes. It's excellent building block technique. Can't emphasize it enough. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay. So okay. So let's see. Okay, yeah, let's hear that first chord with the bass note on the third string. Yep. Good. Yeah, again. Yep. And now try just do the same thing now with the fourth finger. So really kind of aim for the top maybe two strings. But it's okay. Yeah, go ahead. Good. And then the same thing, but now put the first finger at the second fret of the D string. Now play the open string. Just the open string. I'm not sure why we're getting all that jitter from your end, but anyway, we'll continue. So now let's try to play the notes in order. Just go very slowly. good. Do it again. Good. Okay, hang on a second. Now we're going to
Yep.
talk about practicing. Oh gosh, not that. Okay, so there are two methods for practicing, what I call stop method and then go method.
Okay.
Um, and they're like a compare and contrast method. Now I'm just giving all my best stuff on YouTube. Take it, YouTube. I learned this from an awesome guy named Larry Scripp when I was at the New England Conservatory, because I was in a class called sight singing and ear training. And guitarists are notoriously terrible readers, and I was no exception. And it was everybody calls it sight screaming and ear straining. Anyway, every Friday there was a test where you could sight sing, I don't know, 4 measures of a Beethoven string quartet or something, and you could either go stop method or go method, and it goes like this. Stop method is as slow as necessary, no mistakes. As slow as necessary. So it was one note at a time, right? And so you could sit here with the score and like read one note and think about where the next one was and try to sing that. Or there's go method, which is in time, which is as few mistakes as necessary, no stopping. Generally speaking, what people do is go method. Just okay, keep going. I'll get this someday, right? But stop method is where all the juice is, right? Because what they say, oh, practice makes perfect, but really the truth is perfect practice makes perfect. And so what you want to do is it's like stop method is the building the tree, building the leaf, building very closely detailed, and go practice is getting the picture of the forest, right? And so you go practice and you check out what you're doing, and also you can't practice rhythm without go practice. This is a very important part of music. So but then when you're looking at something and you want to examine it more closely, you go slow, and you go slow enough that you can do it without mistakes. And from there, if you add the secret sauce, which is the 3 times correct method, or what my wife aptly named 3 successive successes, which is pretty cool. This is a great thing, which is this: do it one time. If you got it right, do it again. Then do it a 3rd time. If you get it right 3 times in a row, you can add 1 layer of difficulty for your 4th time. Right? And so that way, okay, so you 1, 2, 3. And your 4th time, you take a little risk. And if oops, then just go back to where you started and get that thing you got 3 more times. So you're getting it right 3 out of 4 times, or 75% of the time. You're getting better. If you're 75% of the time, you're better. You're more right than you are wrong, right? But if you only get it right 2 times and you get it wrong 2 times, it's like 50-50. It could be. And if you only get it right 1 time out of 4, you're actually getting worse. Okay.
Right.
It's fun. Okay. So with this, just stop method. That's one little thing you can do, or just that, just practicing the rest stroke. And then you do 1, 2, 3. Oh, I got that! Yay! Now I'll take a risk and go and build it up. Anytime you're feeling the least bit frustrated, slow down. Just take your hands off the instrument and take a breath. We're very passionate about our music, so it's natural to get very excited. Music's exciting. It is in it of itself an intoxicant. So, oh hey, now get that 3 times. Little break in between. See if you can think it in your mind in between. That's really challenging. All of the actions. The great thing about mental reps is you won't make mistakes. Mistakes are in the body, right? Oh, yay. that up, and then take breaks. Every minute, take a 10-second break. Every 3 minutes, take a 30-second break. Because absorbing this stuff, all this muscle memory actually happens in your brain. So give your brain lots of time to absorb it. Okay. Speaking of which, I'm going to pause and say, questions so far?
Um, no, I don't think so. I already have some things to work on, so that's good.
Good. Well, we
Yep,
better make sure that we finish this riff. Otherwise, it'd be really cruel to be like, okay, come back next week for the second half of the riff. Man, YouTube would
great.
be mad at me now. They still will be, whatever. Okay. So let's see. Oh, wait, what is the second half of the riff? Okay. So, second half of the riff. Okay, so just take for granted every time you can play a rest stroke. So land on the string below. It's a great, wonderful foundational technique. In that inimitable dad fashion. Don't ask me why. Just do it. Okay, fine. I'm happy to tell you why, and I think I already have. So now we're gonna switch chords after our first 4 bass notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, there's a lot of finesse in this moment, but we'll have to come back to that, I think, a little bit. Well, I'll just say this. Time the release of the chord, of this G chord, with your up strum. Like that. Well, not like that. Because then you can still have the open strings ringing and take your fingers off and get ready to do the next one. So you're like 4 and ready, and then make a C chord and play the A string at the 3rd fret with the pick like that. And then you're going to just leave your first finger, and then with the second finger play the 2nd fret of the A string, then move it back so the 2nd finger is back on the 2nd fret of the D string, and then hold on. Oh, you stay with the C chord, of course, and then put that G in there. And then how you get back is you just use the open G string. That's the magic trick, is that I'm here and I'm playing C, B, A, G, and right when I strike the 3rd string to start over, I let go of the chord and I put my fingers back down on the 2nd beat. So I'll try to do it real slow. Maybe even show you both hands. Oh, yay, it worked. Oh. Ready? Stop method. Stop method. Oh, I didn't do it. I didn't release it. Shame. Okay. As Danny Gatton said, we don't charge for mistakes. Right there, you release on the upstroke.
Yep.
And then you have a really good time playing that section of the song. And then maybe you practice bass drumming on those 2 chords. Now I'm really running. But we've done enough stuff. You've got a bunch of things to work on. And there's a bunch of oh, sorry, there's the ghost. Anyway, much better. Anyway, so I'm sure Justin, I think I have a lesson on this tune. I don't even know if I have a lesson on the B section or the bridge of the song, but Justin Guitar surely has one. He's got a lot of great stuff. And often nowadays, like in private lessons, I'll just I love telling people, yeah, go find it on YouTube and rough it out, and then I'll help you finesse the little bits and how to practice it and all that stuff.
Hmm.
Okay, questions?
Um, no, I don't think so.
That was fun.
Right.
So I did a bunch of stuff tonight because I know that hopefully we're going to get a regular rhythm going, maybe in starting maybe in a month. So I wanted you to have a bunch of things to work on and work with, um, and I'll give you some places to go and things to read as well, but also that stop method and those practice methods and rest strokes and the idea of playing scales on one string and learning scales across the fretboard, and proceeding slowly and really listening in detail to what you're getting. All of those things are super super valuable, and hopefully we'll get together before that. But I like to do, if I'm not sure when I'm going to see you, I want to make sure to give you a bunch of things so that you can visit this video and go, oh, okay, let me work on that a little bit, let me work on that a little bit. And I'll put it on YouTube so you can speed it up and slow it down and all that stuff too.
Great.
Yeah, have to do that. Okay, what was that? What did you ask me just a second? You said where you? What did you say? Where should you be?
Yeah, based on the things you saw from me and what you taught me during this lesson, where do you want to see me go before the next time that we meet and that we have a lesson together?
Okay, it's a very very good question, and okay, I have a multi-part answer. My cat back there is going to answer part of it. Um, so that's Miles back there, but we call him Boogie. What's up, Boogie? There he is. No focus for you. Okay, that's my answer. Okay. um, where should you be? Okay, so in the art world, and like to me, that's the most, like all this stuff is craft we've been talking about. But in the art world, there's a saying, process over product. Just focus on the doing of the thing, right? And then the thing will get done. Okay. So that's my first answer, which is that practice the stuff that we worked on tonight, and really that process, that stop, compare and contrast, stop, practice, go practice, and 3 times correct rule. And slowing down and taking breaks. Focus on the process and breathing. Breathing is very important. Without it, you're not going to make much music. So I feel like I'm not breathing. Okay, so I'm gonna breathe now. Oh, Miles came to say hello. Maybe we'll say hello. What's up, dude? He knows it's the end of the night. So okay, sorry. So okay. So process over product, super super important. And then the great thing that you can do with practice sessions nowadays is, since so many people are working from home, instead of taking your work break to go to Sports Center or wherever you go when you're like, I can't handle this whatever anymore. When you're stuck on an idea or whatever, set a 5 minute timer, set 5 minutes, and then pick up the guitar. And when that timer goes off, put it down. And that was your little work break. That's your, used to be your smoke break or whatever, but now it's your guitar break. And it's perfect because you'll come back from your guitar break and you'll be like, oh, now I know how to fix that problem, because you'll let that run in the back of your mind. And so you'll practice something for 5 minutes, and then you'll have booted that program in the back of your mind. It'll run for the next hour or whatever until your next break. Okay.
Hmm.
I don't have any expectation for where you're going to be the next time we see each other, and I really enjoyed this, so I hope it's going to be sooner than later. And I'm just got to shuffle the schedule around and do that whole thing. But as you're working on the process, you want to focus on, like, what's it sound like? Oh my gosh! Use the voice recorder in your phone, right? And make little baby pictures of yourself along the way, and go and
Right.
just like practice something for 5-10 minutes, and then record 1 minute of it, and go and then listen to it and be like, oh, it sounds like like it sounds kind of like it sounds too harsh. Well, okay, don't hit it so hard. Be more gentle. And or you'll hear, oh, every time I play through that sequence of notes, I miss this one. Okay, go and stop practice that point right there. Um, so, um, and I think, other stuff that you can do between now and I see you is there are some rhythm guitar lessons on my. I think working on your strumming will be really, really helpful in getting good sounds out of that. Um, I did one of these intro lessons a week or so ago. You know, you might go and look at that thing. It's sort of long and meandering like this one was, but there's a lot of cool nuggets. And luckily now you can, when I get long and boring, just speed me up to double time the speed. YouTube, it'll be good.
Yep.
Um, and but also there are some playlists of, you know, like just simple rhythm guitar riffs. Try some of those. You know, I'd love to hear you play some stuff like that. And you know, strumming is about keeping constant motion with the right hand and keeping so that you've got, this is a clock, this is a metronome, this is the hand of time, and it never stops moving. And I like to say rhythm's a body thing. So you know, like having some stuff that you can strum, you know, that's just simple.
Yep.
Um, like I don't know. Yeah, so any of those patterns in there. I don't have any expectations because what, you know, hopefully we're going to see each other in person before long, and then we can and get into a regular rhythm, and we can build up like I said a minute ago. But like, you know, we'll build up. That's when I'll start focusing on, okay, let's work on this skill. Let's work on that skill. Okay, and from week to week, I'll focus on aspects of the skill. Right now, it's just sort of a survey,
Sure.
and so you know. Uh, well, as I said, you asked this is a tough question because like I said, I don't have an expectation, and I think really listening and, you know, focusing on the process is you know, that's the best thing that you can do. Using the recorder a little bit is really, really great. My teacher Mick Goodrick used to say, you can get anywhere with a guitar, a tape recorder, and a metronome. And now we don't even need tape recorders because we got phones that have all that stuff in it. So,
Right.
um, but uh, yeah, I would love to hear just, you know, in doing that stop practice, you'll like pay attention to the sound, you know,
Hmm.
turn off. I talk about this. Okay, man, I'm really enjoying this. I'm just like going off. But I talk about what I call animal musical. Oh, look at the animal. Oh, he was like totally like chilling out, right?
I caught that.
So, can I get that? I talk about, oh, nope, not yet. So, no, he doesn't want to be on TV. Anyway, so Animal Musical. Come on, Miles, let's talk about Animal Musical. Animal Musical is like, Miles doesn't have a name for me, but he knows who I am, right? He recognizes me, he smells me, you know, and he knows me, but he doesn't have a name for me. There's no word for me. Humans have words. And music does not have words. It has lyrics sometimes, but that's not music, that's lyrics, right? And when you're learning music, it's a great thing to try to leave the words out as much as possible. Anytime you start thinking about what you're doing, you are not doing what you're doing, right? And it's a
Mhm.
beautiful opportunity to step away from the way that we do so many things in life. So when you're doing that, okay, you're going to watch my video and hear me talk a bunch of words about what we're doing. And then you're going to do it. Boom, jinging. And then try to hear it in your mind as clear as you can. Boom, jinging, right? More process. But getting into that space of being in the moment and where your mind is like an animal's mind, right? Weird, but like, and that's why I call it animal musical. And that's my favorite part is, you know, they talk about being in the zone or flow or being present, and that's what we're talking about. Is that,
Mhm.
okay? You're doing this thing and you're letting go of words and you're bung zinging, bung zinging, bung zinging. Kevin, it's time for dinner. You know, like if you that's why to set that timer, because if you're lost and you're in flow, you're gonna be productive for sure.
Right.
So try to get into that space, and all of those methods are all about doing that. Stop method is about doing that. 3 times correct method rule is about doing that. And then we'll do more lessons and it'll be more fun.
Sounds great.
All right.